Welcome to Ever After, Once Upon a Time podcast. Season 3, Episode 12, New York City Serenade. In this episode, Hook helps Emma regain her memory, but when she goes to Storybrooke, she learns that no one can remember the year they spent in the Enchanted Forest. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Rob Southgate. What? I did not see this coming
was
at all.
A whirlwind episode.
Yeah, the Going Home and New York City Serenade were the best.
There were so many things going on in this episode. We had so much transition and so much information.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much that you could unpack from this one. Once again, it didn't feel like a mid-season stop.
No.
You know? But it was. This is where it stopped in the middle, and then they took a little hiatus, and then it came back. This felt like a season premiere. This set up so much stuff.
These two were next to each other. They set up...
Yeah. It was crazy.
So, what do you want to start with? Do we want to start with Storybrooke, or with Emma, or do we want to start with Enchanted Forest?
Well, I think what we should do is we should start with how it started, because that's really important. Because where we left off on the last episode was them all disappearing and Emma driving off. So this starts in the Enchanted Forest, but it says 1 year ago.
And Philip and Aurora are having a picnic. They're about to have a picnic.
Yep.
That I want to eat.
Yeah, and we find out that she's pregnant.
Yep.
And we didn't know that before, did
we?
we?
We did, because she told Mulan.
Oh, right.
Mulan.
I forgot. So then we see the curse come rolling in. And it's purple, like I said last time.
Yeah.
No, I said it was green last time. You guys are such suckers telling me that I'm right.
We are so confident in ourselves that we don't even
wrong.
We just even then we just kind of went yeah.
But it was purple and it came rolling in and they're going, "What was that? It was magic. I don't know what it was." And boom, they're all standing there.
Like, Snow, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, the only ones standing there are the group that were by the Storybrooke town line,
right,
with
where Emma drove
and
away.
Henry.
Right. And you had actually asked what happened to everybody else, but they explained
we found out they were scattered around. They all
Right.
came back into different points in Enchanted Forest.
Well, at one point, Grumpy came in and said 50 of them just appeared in this one area.
2 miles away.
There's a lot of people that are popping up.
There's a whole lot going on. We didn't see that many in Storybrooke, so it's kind of funny.
Well, we did.
They were hiding up in their apartments.
We did. We just didn't find out who they were. But there were always different people on the street. There were always different people in Granny's. You know, there were a lot of shops that we never went in or anything, and those are all going to be residents. So
There's tons of kids. Oh, yeah, the kids are invading them.
I wonder what's going to happen with Mad Hatter's
joining.
daughter.
Well, she would have gone back, too.
Because she was in school with Henry.
Yeah,
so I wonder if they'll be reunited.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, and then...
and they're going to have that big moment. Da, da.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, that was the Star Wars theme song.
Yeah, even better.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't like Star Wars.
So then they were going to go off to the castle.
Well, Snow and Charming take their castle back.
Or they're going to go to their castle.
Well, they told Regina, we're taking the castle back.
Right.
But we want you to come with us so
We
that
already did it.
Yeah, so that we can be a united front.
Right.
And so this was weird. So they go off.
And Regina's like, ha ha, you must be joking.
Right. But she did agree to go. But what was strange was after that whole group left, Princess Aurora and Philip are standing there, and Aurora says, we're going to have to tell her. We can't hide them, and we can't, she'll hurt our baby if she finds out that we knew they were here and we didn't tell her.
Right.
So who's her? At that point, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but later we found out.
Oh, we find out in a big way.
I found out when it's like, oh, yeah, she's taking over the thing. It just all led up to that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because I don't want to spoil.
No, not yet.
Even though anyone who's listening has
I'm
watched
sure they've watched
episode,
it.
But
Well, and you know what? I knew it just because all the ads and everything leading up to it kept saying
I was
what was
spoiler
happening.
free.
Really?
I had no idea that.
But you know Frozen is happening in the next season.
Well, that you can't be spoiler
Same thing with
free
this.
from.
I
didn't get this
escape.
I never knew this.
It kept saying, Wicked is coming. Everything said Wicked is coming, and it showed her. It showed like her hand.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
So this time it's frozen, or the next time it's frozen, but this time it's wicked.
So Hook is going to leave the group to go find the Jolly Roger. Now, he explained something that I was wondering about, how the stuff got into Mr. Gold's shop.
Yeah.
Now, he says, we were told that all our possessions come back.
Yeah.
They're somewhere in the Enchanted Forest. They don't come back with the person.
So they're somewhere. So Mr. Gold found all that stuff.
Exactly.
Or
So
people found it and
interesting.
came and pawned it to him, but it all ended up in his
So
possession.
Hook is going to go wander the entire Enchanted Forest till he finds the Jolly Roger? That's what it sounded like.
Well, he said yeah. And he said if he can't find it, he'll just take another ship. So
That's what pirates do. And they're like, really, when Emma's gone, you act like a pirate. And he's like, yeah, I was always a pirate.
now I'm not 100% convinced that's what's going on.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking that, like the way he said, well, I am a pirate and I've got to leave. I think that he is not buying all that's going on, and he's going off to do some investigation, but he can't be shackled by the rest of the group. And I think that's why later on, he's the one that finds Emma and says, you've got to help your parents. All this is going on.
Absolutely.
I think if he had stayed with them, he wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't be able to do that. But I have a feeling...
I think he knew what was happening.
Right. I have a feeling that he didn't come through when they all came back to Storybrooke.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling he didn't come through to Storybrooke that way. He probably took the Jolly Roger again. Because that's how he goes between realms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's how he got there initially.
He was with them.
He was with them. Okay. He was with them when they went back to the Enchanted Forest.
Right now.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the 1 year ago. But I'm saying in the present that all of them, whatever happened with the curse, another curse was put on, and
he
they
went back differently.
But he didn't go back with the curse. He was already on the Jolly Roger.
Which is why he could get away and go get Emma.
Right. So that's what I think is going on, and that's why he knows what's going on, whereas the rest of them, I mean, Charming had no idea. He said, we don't remember anything from the last year.
Well, so Bay wants to go to Rumpel's castle because he isn't convinced that there won't be some clue.
Yeah, or that Rumpel's even...
Or that he would be okay.
Yeah. No, that was something I wanted to ask you guys
But
about.
wait. I want to say something here because Regina, I think it was Regina, makes an interesting point here. Somebody did. They said that the curse is over and there are no more portals, and they cannot create more portals unless there's another
David,
curse.
Yeah, right.
So I thought that was interesting because in the past they've always had hope that they could just invent a new way to have a portal,
right,
but
he's saying they can't.
They're saying no way.
It's got to be another curse.
Exactly.
So
interesting.
David said that.
Right.
Okay.
Either David or Snow.
So Belle...
But wait, Belle said to him, also, this is what I wanted to ask you guys about. Belle said, when Bay was saying this about Rump, she said, well, and we never saw
That's
the
a different
dagger.
scene.
Okay, but it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was here when they were talking about it.
It's a couple scenes later. Belle and Bay are going to
Well, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
I just want to know, she said we didn't see the dagger, but it had to be the dagger to kill him, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would that matter? We didn't see the dagger unless it's that it disappeared when he disappeared, meaning maybe he and Pan are still alive.
Because if the dagger, if they died and poof, the dagger would have theoretically fallen to the ground.
Right. So that's what she was talking about. Okay.
So it all disappeared, which means they could still be somewhere.
But you would still say Rumpelstiltskin because
because it's the dark one.
Killed himself.
Right.
So Belle and Bay then want to go try to get Rumpel back.
Right.
Because I
want my Rumpel back, Rumpel back.
They think
he's made that joke
a lot of times.
Yep, we can't help it.
But they think that there's a chance that he's still alive. And in this scene, Regina leaves the group, and Snow finds her doing what? No.
Burying her own heart.
Yes.
Why?
Because she said, I can't remember Henry now. So
right, it's too painful to have that heart in and remember Henry.
Uh-huh. That he doesn't even know who I am.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So Snow convinces her to put it back in, and then there's something in the bush.
There's something in a bush.
I thought it was a werewolf.
Well, yeah, you saw the red eye.
And then the brown fur.
Yeah.
But what was it?
The
was
flying
Mom.
monkey.
The flying monkey, I thought it was your mom.
Yikes.
My mom does not have, she's not covered with.
Fur.
No, that's you.
But she has red hair, or red eyes.
Today I do,
Yeah.
Why?
because I'm tired.
I'm tired.
So the flying monkey
Yes, the flying
comes,
monkey
and
was
Robin
scary.
Hood comes and saves them.
I
Yeah.
loved it when Regina's like, and it's like the princess movie is when he's like, you want some help? And she's like, no, I've got it.
Yeah. So, Mom is getting the feels here for the Robin Hood-Regina relationship.
I'm waiting.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
It is.
What,
The love
what
is
did Snow say
coming.
to her? Do you remember?
Oh, I
When she said he's cute.
Yeah, she said, he's kind of cute. And then Regina says, he smells like forest.
Best line!
I'm like, and I said, I'm part of the show. Did you know that? No.
Yeah, because you smell like
So what
forest.
did you say?
Hey. I said, hey, Regina, give him a bath and put on some fancy clothes. Put some fancy clothes on him. And he's my Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Yep. See, then he won't smell like forest.
Or look
Run,
like forest.
Run, Forrest! Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll smell like chocolates. That was my Forrest Gump. And shrimp.
Belle and Bay get to see Robin Hood. They get reunited, and it feels so good.
Feels so good.
And okay, so we
And
find
feels
out
so
they get to the
good.
castle-ish. They
Yeah.
get near the castle,
Uh,
and Regina goes to touch the dome.
yeah, well, you see that barrier. It
Yeah.
looks just like
Looks like under the dome,
And she walks up to it.
and it turns green
Yep.
when she touches it. And they said, "What's wrong? You know, what's going on?" She said, "Somebody's hijacked the castle.
Yeah.
Somebody did something and put a different curse over her
Right.
protection curse."
Oh, and Regina wasn't happy about it.
And so she's determined now to go fight whoever's in there and get back to the
All
castle.
right. She's like, nope, not going to happen. And they're going, Regina, we have to do something else. And she's going, yeah, like go kill whoever did this.
Mhm.
So Regina's having none of it.
Yeah.
And we find out who did it.
Uh-huh.
Who is it?
Wicked.
Yeah, the
The
wicked
Wicked-
witch.
So there is that's what's going on in
Yeah.
Enchanted Forest.
Yes.
What do we think is going to happen?
We.
Let's guess.
I have a good guess. What do you have, Mo?
I don't have a guess.
Okay.
You don't know what's coming? How do you think they're going to get their castle back? Do you think they're going to be able to get through that curse? How?
Yeah.
But there's a
Regina.
Oh, I don't think they will. I think there's going to be a big fight, and it's going to end with the Wicked Witch making a new curse and sending them back to Storybrooke.
Mm.
I'll tell you what else I think is going to happen.
okay.
I think that Rump is going to not be dead,
I agree.
and that
I agree.
he is going to create the curse. I think that what they're leading us to believe is that the Wicked Witch makes the curse.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I really think it's going to be Rumpelstiltskin that makes the curse and gets him out of there. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think that the other thing that's going to happen is I don't think we're going to see that at the end of the season.
Okay.
I think we're going to see that sooner.
Like in one of the next episodes.
Yes. And that, because I don't think they're going to let that just like, oh, they don't remember what happened for you. I think that's going to be, maybe 3-4 episodes of that. And then the Wicked Witch is going to show up in Storybrooke.
Ooh,
That's what
really?
I think is going to happen. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think that's going to, because that's something about this show. It seems like they really up the ante a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They bring characters back and forth that you go, you would never expect it
I
to
never
happen that
expected
way.
Ariel to be in Storybrooke.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that you're going to see the flying monkeys flying down the street. You're going to see her doing damage, and they're going to have to deal with that. Now that may be towards the end of the season, but that's your projection.
That's
my projection, and that Rumpelstiltskin will be there. He's the reason that they came back to save everybody.
Yeah.
And she is going to come through, and that's
Yeah,
when
I
it's gonna be
never
bad.
believed that Rumpel would be dead because he's so much of the show.
Right.
That would be
So
like killing
important.
Regina. I mean, you just couldn't.
Right.
It's like in the first season, it was like every single episode Rumpelstiltskin had. Even if they just barely showed him,
Right.
he was in it. He was in all the fairy tales.
Mhm.
Right.
He was in everything.
Oh, he's connective tissue from all the fairy tales.
So
he's gotta
there's
be
no way they've killed him off. So I agree with your assessment.
It's my guess.
So let's discuss Emma. And she's in New York.
Right. Emma
and Henry are in New York. And Emma's on a date. And
now, wait, we saw this at the end of the last episode. We saw her and Henry a year later. They don't remember anything.
No.
And Hook had come to the door, and that was when he kissed her, trying to get her to remember. And
no, he was thinking that would be true love's kiss, but
I know.
the other person has to feel it too.
Right, Hook, true love's kiss
So she
didn't
gave
happen.
him a right hook, all right.
Yeah. She gave him the right hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the privates.
Yeah. Oh, the wrong hook.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
So in this
no little
episode,
hooks after that.
In this episode, she's on a date with a guy, and I'm wondering who the heck he is.
Yeah.
And he had a very obvious scar on his
you
neck.
called that right away.
And I kept thinking, this guy is somebody from Enchanted Forest or from Fairy Tale World, because he just looked too different.
I thought he was gonna be like one of those types of characters, like the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, right.
Where he's like, you don't know who he is for a while. This is going to go on for a few episodes, but it didn't.
Right, right. This one, we found out who it is. Now,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking it was the Scarecrow, because I had figured out that we were dealing with Oz.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was thinking it was the Scarecrow because he was skinny. He owned a furniture store, so you're talking wood and stuff.
Well,
and
he had the Scarecrow's not made out of wood. He's made out of straw.
Well, I know, but... You know.
But he had the scar, the obvious scar on his neck. I kept thinking, that's a clue to something.
Yeah.
Because it looked like
But I was thinking
makeup.
that's where the stuffing went in or something. I don't know.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, he may be like that.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
But...
Yeah, that's a lot creepy.
But,
Not the
and his
Scarecrow.
name is Walsh.
Yes.
His name was Walsh when he was playing that part for Emma. And, but I kept thinking his hair and his eyebrows didn't match. Like, there were things like that where I kept going, he looks
Something
off.
wasn't making
He
it.
just looked just like Mad Hatter or some of the other characters where you just go,
There's something.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what was interesting with this? So he proposes to Emma. And he just seems like he's all love.
But first they're at the restaurant and he gets up and goes to the bathroom.
Right.
And then Hook comes. And
I didn't think he was going to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, who is he? I said that as soon as he's like, I have to go somewhere.
Yeah, why did he leave? But
Yeah.
we're not going to find that out.
Well, no, we found out because he was doing the proposal thing.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
But,
Oh, yeah, because he was buying her a big ice cream.
Yeah.
But Hook showed up, sits down at the table with her, and he gives her an address. And I loved this. She says, "You're a lunatic," and he says, "I prefer dashing rapscallion."
Right.
But he tells her, don't do it for me, don't do it for yourself, whatever. But your family needs your help.
Right.
And Emma cannot resist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then she gets proposed to.
Right.
And she doesn't answer him.
Right.
She says, you can't really make that decision yet.
Yeah.
And
Now, I don't think that was residual from what happened.
They've
I
only
think
been
that it was
together 8 months.
Right. I think that's what it was. It was moving too fast for her.
Well, she's a bit of a commitment phobe, if you hadn't noticed.
And she has Henry to think of. So she can't just jump into things. You know?
Agreed.
So Henry wants her to, though.
Yeah, he was home playing video games, and he told her,
Oh, you know what I loved? This was a big thing. But he's not alive. But it showed, he said, level this or whatever I got. No, he was on level. When I got to level 12 or something.
16, I think.
16, I upgraded to a knight.
Right.
Yes!
And
it
showed...
was Lancelot.
Yes.
And he was African American. He had a bald head.
Yes,
he
it
had
was.
the knight armor and stuff.
Good call, Mal.
Well, and then he was standing the exact same way that Prince Charming was when it faded over to Prince Charming. So that was pretty cool. But I didn't catch that was Lancelot, but you're right. Very cool.
So
so then something must be bleeding through to Henry a little bit, too.
Through his game.
So Emma couldn't resist, and she went to the address, and whose apartment was it?
Neil's.
Yeah.
And she saw the dream catcher.
Well, and this is after the last time we saw them, when they all confronted Neil in that apartment. That was where it took them. So there was dust everywhere, and then what did she find?
she found a camera with Henry's name.
Right. She's like, that's impossible. No, Emma, it's possible because this all happened. So that's when she goes and she gets
I don't
hooked.
get when he got that. When did he...
When Henry was there...
Do you remember when they were there with Rumpel?
Yeah.
And that was the first time Balefire and Rumpel saw each other.
Uh-huh.
And they were mad. Remember they were...
Fighting and stuff?
Yeah, and Emma and Rumpel would walk together, and Neil and Henry and... was there another person there? But they would always be together, like, because they were bonding, and Emma and Rumpel were sort of the odd people out, because Henry was mad at Emma at that time, and Bay hated Rumpel for leaving him, for what he did.
Yeah, so because they were going to shops and stuff.
Yeah, so you remember that.
Yeah,
right? They went and had pizza, but didn't invite Emma and Neil.
That's when Henry left.
Emma and Rumpel.
Yeah, I'm like, Neil.
That's when Henry left his camera there.
Yeah. And he had pictures of all of them.
And I called it. I said, Emma, you've got to look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she had them developed.
And what was on them?
It was her and Henry in Storybrooke. Now, I thought those were fake.
Why were they fake?
Because we never saw them.
You never saw them take those pictures?
They never took those pictures.
Well, we don't see every minute of their lives in Storybrooke.
Right. Oh, yeah, we do.
Right. It's called a plot device. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Good thing it wasn't like his cell phone. It would have just been a bunch of selfies of him. She'd have been like, yeah, they're pictures of Henry. What's up with that?
Uh-huh.
I don't think Henry's a selfie kind of kid.
No? You don't?
I am.
You are?
You are? You do selfies?
Yeah. In the photo booth.
You can do selfies in a photo booth?
Well, they're pictures of you.
I am so confused.
I'll show you.
Okay, so Emma goes back then and finds Hook. And she says, what the heck, were you thinking?
What the hook?
Sending me to Neil's apartment. How do you know him? How did you know? Like, this was before she had the pictures developed. And he says, if you just drink this.
Your memory will come back. Yeah, what?
And she said, I'm not drinking the potion given to me by Crazy Guy.
Yeah, she says, drink a thing the Crazy Guy just offered me? No, thank you. And she got him arrested.
Yeah, she cuffs him to the bench and then gets him arrested.
Yeah, because she's still a bounty hunter.
Right. I was hoping that she had the potion and she would change her mind and drink it on her own. But
that's what I thought was going to happen, but nope.
So Emma goes to Henry after she's had Hook arrested, and she tells him that she's going to say yes to Walsh.
Right.
And Henry had already planned a romantic evening for them. He invited Walsh without her knowing.
Yeah.
And got himself a babysitter. He's going to a friend's house or somebody's house.
Yep.
To watch
so they could be alone and.
I loved it when she's like, when am I going to get to say that to him? And he's like, well, yeah, I already invited him over.
Yeah.
I accidentally texted him.
Yeah.
On your phone.
So that's when Emma looks at the pictures and sees the pictures, goes and gets Hook released.
Right.
From jail. And what was he outraged by in jail?
They were trying to give him baloney.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't think he'd like that.
He's like, they're forced for eating me something called baloney.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
He's like, I've been in lots of terrible places, but this place is the worst.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, he tries to get her to drink the potion, and she does drink it.
Right.
And he
convinces her. He's like, look, you saw the pictures, and, you just have to drink this, and you'll see. And then she has a flash of everything that happened.
There's not enough for Henry.
Nope.
What is she going to do about Henry?
I do not know. They're just going to have to make more.
How is Henry ever going? Oh, yeah, that's true. If they could get him to Storybrooke,
right, then
they can give him more potion there.
Right.
He just didn't have enough.
He just didn't have enough here.
So Emma and Hook go to her apartment, and they're sitting there having a drink, and they're reminiscing. And that's when he says they don't have enough potion for Henry. and Walsh comes over.
Yeah.
Right.
And she goes out to the roof with him.
Right, to break up with him.
And says, I've got to go deal with this with my family.
And he's going, but I don't understand, but... And then what does he say?
What did he say to her?
He said, I'm so upset that you drank that potion.
Yeah!
Did you freak?
Yes!
I absolutely freaked. I did not see that coming.
No, I was still thinking he might turn out to be...
How did he know?
Actually a nice guy. I'm like,
I never thought he was a bad character from Enchanted Forest.
But he is. He's
a monkey.
Really bad guy. He's a flying
monkey.
And
it would be funny if he was a monkey. He'd just be on the ground. Emma, kick.
Oh my God.
He'd be kicking everybody.
Flinging his poo at her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, eating a banana, throwing the peel.
He's not a baboon, but
flying baboon.
But he says you couldn't leave well enough alone, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this guy would have just hung in there for all that time. Like,
well, that was his job. His job
was just to monitor
to keep
her
from remembering and going
Yeah,
back.
he's like, I really did like you, Emma. Then he jumps off his and she's like, ah!
Right.
And then he flies up and he starts attacking
Yeah.
her.
And
then,
she hits him.
And then what happened? He fell over the edge, and what happened?
She hits him. And he falls over the edge and poof.
Poof.
And I'm talking about mind-blowing.
Yeah.
No, he turned to dust.
He's gone.
Yes.
And Emma has to explain to Henry what is going on.
But she doesn't really.
She doesn't, but she wants him to go to Maine. So she said, you don't have to go to school. Let's go take a trip together. And in walks Hook.
And she's like, this is Killian?
Killian,
yeah.
Killian Jones.
Yeah, and it's funny because he really is Killian Jones.
Yes. And and my favorite line, he says, Henry says, why are you dressed like that? And Hook looks at him and says, why are you dressed like that?
Why does he never say that to Emma or anybody except Henry that way?
Emma had some interesting wardrobe choices this time. She always wears such cute normal clothes. She had those plaid pants on and then the big ruffle shirt. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's couture or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was
like fancy clothes, like designer clothes.
It was bad.
That are.
It was BAD bad.
B-A.
She covered the ruffle shirt up with her with her leather jacket. She went and got her leather jacket out.
Yes.
And turned right back into Storybrooke Emma.
Yep.
Now she just has to go home and get on her normal clothes.
Yes.
And then I'll be like, yes, Emma's in her normal regular clothes.
Emma's back.
Right.
Emma's back in regular clothes.
So they go to Storybrooke and Hook puts his hook back on. He's like, now I can be back to my old self. And
because he had this fake hand on.
Yeah, the fake hand.
That was creepy.
Emma goes to their old apartment, and David answers the door.
I did not see that coming. First of all, I'm like, how is Storybrooke there?
Yeah, yes.
And then she goes to the apartment. I'm like, well, they're not going to be there. And David's there, and he says, the last
and he's like,
year
Emma!
is gone.
And because she thought he wouldn't remember her if he was there.
But then she says, wait a minute, if you don't remember anything, how do you know it's been a year? And what happens?
It just...
No, it doesn't just.
Who comes down the stairs?
Snow.
And how would we know how much time has passed?
Because she had a big belly.
Yep, she made a lot of bacon and ice cream.
No.
Well, she was pregnant.
And
so she is eating bacon and ice cream.
So they know how much time has passed based on how far along she is in her pregnancy.
Right.
Most likely, right?
Right. Right. Well, it's been 9 months because she is about to pop.
So.
Fizz.
Ew. But I did not expect David to be there. And I did not. When Storybrooke, when you said, wait, how come Storybrooke's here? It's supposed to disappear with the curse. I thought maybe it was because she remembered. She drank the potion so she could see it. I didn't expect her to actually come across a human in there.
When you said that, I was like, I bought into that. Because you said that while we were watching it. But then I kept thinking about it. I'm like, no, it disappeared. And that was what Regina said when they broke the curse.
Yeah.
It is going to disappear off the face
map.
of the earth.
It will not have ever existed.
So the curse has been redone, brought Storybrooke, and brought, hopefully, everybody back with it.
So we haven't seen Regina yet to have that reunion.
But they do remember who they are. They've forgotten about the year, but they remember who they are.
Yes.
So it's different than the last curse.
Yes. They just didn't remember. It wasn't that they didn't remember. They didn't remember what happened in Enchanted Forest.
Right. He said the last thing they remember is saying goodbye to Emma.
Yes. So that was wiped, but they still have their memories of everything else.
For at least a couple episodes, that's what we're going to be seeing. If my theory,
I cannot wait
holds.
to see the Regina reunion with Henry, and that's going to make me cry. Emma and Regina and Henry getting reunited.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So
wow. And now we know the last scene we saw the Wicked Witch. And so there we go. So now the next episode we should get a little bit more information.
Yep. So that's it. All right. Oh, I can't wait for the next one. Thank you for listening, everybody. You can find past episodes of this and all of our podcasts, as well as our social media, at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
All right.
And that's media, not me-e-da.
Right, media. And you can find us on iTunes, find us on Stitcher, find us on Podbean. Basically, just find us on any directory. Rate us, review us, 5-star reviews.
Even Pinterest.
Definitely appreciated. And yes, and on Pinterest too. And if you write a review, it really helps us out and it helps other people find the show. So please do that. We'd really appreciate it. That's it. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.